Hey, this is response video to TF Beer Me 1. I was telling you about overcarbonating my Belgian strong ales. I capped these with my bench capper, and it pushes down an indention in the middle of the cap. And you can see, if you get down level, you can see how these are swelling up. They haven't started popping off yet. I tried shipping one of them up to Love Homebrew, and it started leaking, but it hasn't busted the bottles or anything. But you can see the lids are swelling up on them. Now I'm sure eventually they'll start popping off, but I've been taking and doing the worst ones. Like, you can see how that one's really pushed up even more than the one beside of it there, and that was one of them that had completely swelled the lid back up. That one's, I'm getting ready to drink that one. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's overcarbonated and you pour it. And I'm going to stick these other two in the fridge. The whole batch is not doing it, just some of them are. They're all overcarbed though. I guess I should have used the thicker bottles and the corks with these. Alright, next time I do this batch, I'm going to cut the priming sugar way back on it though. Alright, here's what it looks like when you pour it. These are overcarbonated. Have your glass ready as soon as you pop the top, because it starts coming out. Like, not immediately, but within like 5 seconds. So listen for the hiss. Way overcarbonated, and it's already starting to foam up. You can see all the smoke coming out. And it doesn't really matter how slow you pour it. Now I'm pouring it really slow down the side of the glass. And you can see I got a little more than half the bottle in there, and you can see the head on it. And it doesn't stop shooting bubbles up the whole time you're drinking it. I mean, it's just like right in the middle, especially this Duvel glass where it's got that D etched in the bottom of it. It will just keep on. And that's like every bit of it but the dregs in the bottom. You can see the head's completely up out of the glass. It tastes fine. I mean, you just gotta let it settle back down when you drink it. If yours aren't doing that, it's not overcarbonation. I've heard some people say that if you get them overcarbonated and if they don't start popping the lids off, they'll crack the bottles. You probably just got to hold a bad batch of bottles. And you can see it's already died down some. And this is Belgian Strong Dark Ale, and I like the stuff in the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and get that last little dab in. I think what happened with this one, part of it, I used D180 in this one, and I also used prunes, figs, dates, and raisins. And maybe I didn't leave it in the secondary long enough. It was in there for like a month and a half. All the airlock activity had completely stopped when I carved it. The priming sugar called for high for the style, so I put a little more in there than I usually do. And I think what happened was when the priming sugar got put in there, obviously it kicked the yeast back in, so it would carb. But they ate all the priming sugar, and then they must have ate some of the other residual sugars that was left over and overcarbonated it even more than what the style called for. But I've just been keeping an eye on them, and when the lids swell up on them like that, I just stick them in the fridge so they'll quit fermenting. You can see it's already died down quite a bit. It's not sticking up out of the top of the glass no more. But it's not an infection because it has no off flavors. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes wonderful. It's just overcarbonated. But if your whole batch is not doing that, you probably just got to hold a bad batch of bottles. Hope that helps, man. Cheers.